Well, hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Pocket Captains Plays Pixel Starships. Back to our old friend Black MacBeth. Some of you have been following the series. You know that Easy Hits has been going through a bit of a, hey, what am I doing here? I'm sleeping at the switch upgrade. And we've gone through some various experiments to improve the ship. Certainly it has. One of the things that caught my notion was no matter which version I played, no matter how long I've played, you cannot get away from the fact that the teleporter attack is effective. It's a thing that everybody worries about. You've got all kinds of defense against it, whether you're using the electromagnetic missiles to shut it down, or you're trying to beam people in before they can, or you're targeting all your weapons on it. It's such a formidable attack, we take it seriously. In fact, I have one robot bay here that's just building robots to defend it. And I have another robot bay building repair robots, although I think I'm a little heavy on defenders. Let's get rid of a bunch of these. Discard. Oh, maybe a little light still on these ones. And some of this. Okay. And I've also seen, to great effect, the fighter bay. And maybe the two at the same time isn't necessary. But I decided to go for it. So I've been experimenting with the design, moving away from Pew Pew, which on defense had been extremely effective. But on offense, I was suffering. But now I see things are a little bit different. I've actually been doing very well with this particular design. I'll tell you about it in a minute, but the upshot is when I go to fight someone, I pretty much win the battle. Now watch this. I'm going to show you one, and it won't hold for true. Let's see. As you can tell, I haven't done my dailies yet. Slap my help from the hand. But let's talk about a few of those things which have been a little bit, holy moly, look at the size of that thing. Let's attack it, see what happens. Me versus me. What's he got under the hood? Well, he's got fighters too. So we'll go in, we'll let our guys do their thing. I'm going to try not to click or do anything so we can just see if it works. He goes in, we're targeting away. Now we got a guy who's beamed into, for some reason he's moved off, but this one is not repairing that reactor. For some reason he moved. Why would he move? Our shields are still up. Our shields are not up. So he left the room. Now he's defending that. He's taken out one reactor. We've taken out a second reactor. So you can tell I'm beaming into the reactors. This one's got mines in it, so that's going to be a little dodgy. Our fighters are now surrounding their ship. I'm not as worried about the anti-aircraft defenses because if you can take and hold the reactor rooms, then the anti-aircraft guns aren't going to be as big a problem. They took back one of the rooms. They're sending a lot of guys to this one. The other thing is, even if they do manage to fight back the rooms, they're losing so many people. There's less to repair the ship. For me to defend, it's pretty easy. They're sending in people and robots to their slaughter. I'm losing this one, though. Wouldn't you know it? I tried to show you an example of how this works, and what do? I pick one where it doesn't work. I'm crushed. I'm devastated. It has generally worked every time. But not this time. No, not when I'm trying to do a show. Not when I'm trying to show you how it works. It does have some flaws. We're going to talk about that because on defense, it has not been that great. Whoops, that's the wrong button. That's the fleet. I always do that. Successful repel, but mostly a lot of failed defense. And I used to win all my defense. So I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this one. It's been interesting. And then that last one, that just hurts. Here's the upshot of what's going on. I'll describe a little bit of the AI to you. Essentially, I start off with two rushers and a poison guy. The poison guy's their job is to say, look, if they have a teleporter on their ship, stay there. They're probably going to hit the teleporter. His only job is gear up with a special ability. If somebody beams into the teleporter, splat. But otherwise, if there isn't one, beam over. He's the poison guy. Gas 2. Poison gas guy 2, which brings me to point number 1 of my little pet peeves of the update. Anybody else knows it? Just saying that the poison gas guys are not as effective as they used to be. When I was doing the dailies and I'd fight off these guys, one poison gas guy would kill like 3 of them, but now it just doesn't anymore. Side issue, but there's been a lot of updates, a lot of quirkiness. It's kind of took some of the enjoyment out of the game. We'll come to those. So anyways, he's going to be there and he's going to go and attack the other room. Otherwise, I've got another urgent rusher guy. He should probably be over here. Oops, if there was room. Get out of the way. Jesus, where are you? You're a rusher. I want all my rushers there. Their job is simple. Go in, pop your special ability in the teleporter, get out. Go to one of the laser rooms as soon as you do. My other guys, poison gas, system dismantle. I don't actually want system dismantle in as early. That's actually kind of a flaw. He's a tough monkey, but I think I want more poison gas up front. I used to hold him back, but he's starting to level up a bit now. I got in a couple of healers who go in. So even if they do go in at the end of the battle, I want them at the end. If the room's a little shaky, my guys are a little weak, they beam in toward the end and they heal my people in the room. Or if they're all dead and they're the only ones there, they last longer because they can always pop a heal and keep themselves going. Now, what I have enjoyed, and although you couldn't tell from that last battle, grumble, is that I've been so effective that I've been able to level up everything very, very, very quickly. Like, you notice my armor's been updated. My teleporters are all, they should be all up to date now. Yep, they're all max level. Everything's maxed out. And I've been bringing my crew up faster than I ever have before. So doing battle, I would do 10, 15 battles a night till I get bored and I can't find a good ship anymore and then I stop. So that's been really good. Now what I will do is I will move this out of the way and I'll give you some idea of what that AI looks like. So we put some funky AI commands in there. And it's kind of one of the things that people want to know. There it is, command center. Don't move the whole ship. Yep, that's what it does. Move in there. So starting with this guy, AI, use your special power, teleport the target, teleport if their teleporters are all functional. Otherwise, if the enemy room hit point is less than 50%, target the enemy reactors. So in other words, he's not in any hurry to get over there. The enemy's room's hit point, by the way, is the teleporter. Because remember, that's what's currently locked on. And he generally will stay there. So if the teleporter on that side is damaged, he can then feel free to go over. I'd forgotten I added that little bit. Now for my rushers, very simple. Your ship has full shield, target the teleporter. Then activate your special power, not before. Then your ship has greater than 50% hit points, go to the laser room. If it doesn't have greater than 50% hit points, you don't have full shield, go to any room it's damaged and start fixing it. I don't want them to start rushing in and fixing rooms though, because what have happened is they will go first and they're faster than these guys. And my AI bots are supposed to go in, set maximum power, increase power point, set cheapest item. Cheapest item means the repair team. They should be going around doing the repairs. And I found when I did that 50% trick, as long as the room is, the ship is over 50%, the ship's being damaged, they're still not going to move. And the repair bots are doing their jobs. And the repair bots, I want them to take the hits. Not only can they repair the rooms more effectively, but they can heal each other as they're doing it. So even if there's a guy in there and he's getting hit and another guy pops in, that repair body heals the first one and continues to do the repair work. These guys just can't do that. Now after that, we had the boarding team. So these guys will do their job. They'll pop the rush and they'll head to a laser room to assist with the laser. I haven't decided. Maybe they should go to the fighter room and assist with the fighters instead. The fighters are slower at launching. So even when this is done, there's still time for them to get down there and enhance the fighter planes. But then we have these guys. These are the actual beam over crews. Your ship has full shield, target the teleport, use your special power when you get there. As long as your ship is greater than 50, why has she got that logic? Maya staying here? She's not a... Oh, she's got the rush command too. I'm sorry, Maya. I'm very sorry. I didn't get you right at all, did I? Maya, you should be in that room. Is there room for you? There is room for you. You're an attacker. Let's do that properly. Use your special power. If your ship has full shield, target an enemy reactor. And that's only to say, pick a reactor, stay in that reactor. What surprises me, though, is that Spuddy, excuse me, Angel, you're in the way. This guy, not the landmine, he moved. Use your special power. Your ship has full shield, target enemy reactors. He shouldn't have moved from one reactor to the other because the ship was no longer at full shield. He should have picked one and stayed there. But I do know they've been doing refinements to the logic. Maybe my logic is changed. Maybe they changed it. There was an update this morning. So I'm seeing it myself for the first time. Maybe it allows them to move around the ship now. Interesting. AI. Not AI. I don't want to AI him. So now the fighters. Let's look at their AI. Simple. Set highest hull damage. Increase power by 1. Current hit points less than 100. Set maximum power. That's all power management, these two. So if the ship, if it's damaged, it begins to restore its power if it's repaired. Enemy teleport, target that room. So there's something to take out the teleport. Otherwise, take out the shields. Now, generally speaking, when this has worked, and it has worked really well, they will attack every single shield room they have. The nice thing is that even though they all pick a shield room and stick to it ruthlessly, when the shields are at full power, if that room already has 3 people, they can actually switch. Even though my shields are no longer up, they will switch to a different room and stay in that room ruthlessly. The only one allowed to wander is this guy. Not this guy, he's a rusher. This guy's allowed to wander. He's allowed to wander from reactor to reactor. Yeah, he can wander to any reactor he wants to. And he does. He'll go walking around the ship. By that point, hopefully, there's so many reactors down, the security doors don't work. I don't worry too much about the anti-aircraft guns because usually enough of the reactors are down. They're not powered fully. They're not as effective. And these fighters launch later because I don't have anybody rushing them. It's kind of a two-pronged thing. First, I take out the reactors, but by that point, they could be doing damage to my ship. The whole point then is if the fighters are in the air, it doesn't matter if I've lost a few rooms. If they don't have any aircraft capability, those fighters will eventually whittle them down and I will win. Now, here's something interesting, and this is the reason why I may switch them from reactor to fighters, is this one. Technically, there's not enough power for this laser. This one up here with all these 2 people I've just highlighted. I've got a plasma because I like plasmas. I think they're effective. I've got a laser. You notice I do not have a small mount anymore. There's the small mount. Or do I have these bolters? They're very, very small. And again, power is at an optimum, and I haven't made up my mind yet because this design obviously has a flaw. But this one here has its own special AI command, and it says, none, target enemy shields, so the shield room. If the enemy reactors are greater than 100%, don't use any power. In other words, if they've got power on their ship, you have nothing to do on here. This one can be refined. This is just to close the deal kind of reactor. But otherwise, set maximum power and blaze away on the shield room. In other words, if they've managed to destroy all the reactors, just finish them off. It will only power up when the teleporter is powered down. If the enemy reactors are greater than 100%, set maximum power. But if they have no more reactors left, don't bother beaming anybody else over, set them 0 power. The teleporter's job is done, switch to the laser, and close for the kill. I kind of like that little bit of programming. I think that's elegant. And as I said, it has worked extremely effectively. Just not that well tonight. Extremely embarrassing, I'll tell you. I'm going to show you guys something cool. Endless victory, and I walk out with a horrible defeat right off the bat. But now let's talk about where it doesn't work. Well, that was 11 minutes ago. Let's go to Simon Wisdom. Now, I'm looking at this myself. I actually glanced at a few briefly. Now, he's level 8. It's not that unfair a battle. He's a little bigger. Again, they're a little bigger, but I'm not going to whine about that. And he's attacked me, so that's my own ship doing his thing. Let's see what he's up to. Okay, so I'm aiming for these reactors. There's one reactor down, and he took me out almost immediately. As soon as I arrived, mine took out this guy. So I'm not doing very well. His teleporter's functioning. Up, my healer's in that one. And they killed him. And she's the other healer's in this one. And killed her. Insta-death. And my poison gas guy, insta-death. We're not doing enough damage in the reactors. The strategy's not bad. They're getting where they're supposed to go, but they're not doing enough damage. And if we can't hit those reactors hard enough, we're not going to succeed. I mean, everything else over here seems to be working. Although this guy isn't beamed over for whatever reason. But this did not work out well. We've already got the shield down. So now, part of that is because not all my crews are at the highest level yet. They have been leveling up, but they're still not, and I mean, they're getting pretty close to 28. I mean, they're not wimps by any stretch of the imagination, 27, and they're almost ready to go up a level. And the mines. Now, the thing is, the mines may have been updated. I've noticed that I've been able to beam in, and they found a slot where there is no mine to stand on, and as long as they don't walk, they haven't been detonating the mines. But you notice that last battle, they had been detonating the mines. Is that a change they made in the latest update? So that if I'm standing, say, here, it will still go off? I mean, if I'm beside it, or if I'm standing beside, here's an example, this reactor in the front, there's the C4. If I stand beside the C4, does that mean it will now go off because I'm close? Don't know. Let's pick another battle. I don't want to, okay, let's have some success here just for fun. This time it worked. What have we got? Level 8 ship. Oh, that's a scary looking thing. Although I have no idea what that's supposed to be. It looks a little like a clownfish with a sword through it. We're going to call him Clown Sword. Skrillex 31. Well, that's an impressive sounding name. So he's attacking me. I'm beaming over, as I should. I should be heading for the reactors. There we are. We got a whole bunch of guys piled in this one. 4.0. See, they're not that tough. Against a less tough crew, I do seem to be doing okay. Now, I destroyed that one. There's my Wanderer. He's my only Wanderer allowed to move from room to room. He's doing his job. They're restoring that reactor. I'm taking out this reactor. By now, I've launched at least one fighter. Over here, they're concentrating firepower on my... Well, my shields are doing a pretty good job. They're hitting my reactor, but my robots are taking the hits. Good lads. Good lads. That's what they're for. Meanwhile, his shield room is down. I'm still running around disabling room after room. Looks like his crew got slaughtered trying to oust me out of the reactor rooms. He didn't manage it. The second lasers come online because he has no more reactor power left. He's surrounded now by fighters. And that's actually the way it's usually been going. But not tonight. That was the gist of the strategy. I think it would work better if they were faster out of the gate. Or at least I thought so. But maybe they need a little more combat oomph. Maybe if they weren't poison gas. I'm thinking now, up until now, poison gas has been really effective. But if they've basically nerfed poison gas, then maybe critical attack is the new way to attack ships. I used to say you can't have an effective crew without at least 2 poison gas on board. I like the Angel. Sorry, not the Angel. I like Dolores because she has 2 hits early on. Even now, she still has that enough early strike ability that she can hit twice, freeze them, and still hit them again, or freeze them and then reactivate her ability. Or activate her ability and still have time to freeze them before the enemy has a chance to really attack you. And then the poison gas people, they just alternate killing you. But lately, it hasn't been happening. Speaking of nerf and being a real pain in the butt, anybody notice that as the blimps go by, they're not really updating anymore? Like I was on a crusade to update the Starbucks, but it hasn't been working. I'll get like 4 or 5 Starbucks and then it doesn't react. It doesn't show I'm getting any more. It hasn't been showing unless I go in the next day, and then there's in my inbox, I saw a list of Starbucks that I didn't know I had. I went, oh, that's great. See, that's how effective the ship's been. I've been racking up minerals, not knowing what to do with them all. I've just been trading them off. I've been winning battle after battle, so I wasn't worried about it. I don't need the extra minerals for anything right now. I thought I'd save them up for the next round. What I have been looking for is gas as I try to level up my ship. Currently, I'm working on leveling up this guy. Fighters. 24 hours will know. So I was hoping, and if it had been a couple days ago, I would have reported total success. But you know what I did? I decided to upgrade my internet to provide you better service, faster turnaround time. Uploading video takes hours each time I do one, and I thought it's time for a newer internet opportunity. So I got a new one, and the internet service goes up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. It's about as reliable as waiting for pizza delivery from a legless man on a unicycle. Certainly they're trying hard, but I ain't going to be eating anytime soon. So that's been the experience I've had to deal with lately, is a lot of internet up and down. It's been like that for over a week, which has prevented me from trying to record anything. But the lovely people came back today. They threw their arms in the air, gave me a lot of reasons why it wouldn't work, but they gave me a new modem, and suddenly it's magic time. Everything's staying online again, and I'm able to play. It's not an easy game to play when you do not have the internet. And it's certainly not easy to record these videos for you guys. So there's been so much going on. There's so much I wanted to show you, and I want to talk about the ship while it was still overpowered. Except the defense, which needed work. And I'm thinking it's giving legs to my friend's theory that they're changing the matching formula. I think they're adopting the rock, paper, scissors method when they're deciding which ship to go with. This one has a heavy fighter / teleporter attack, and I think they're picking ships with a heavy fighter defense, teleporter defense. And if I move it back to pew pew, they counter that. So, what do I think about that? I've been tempted to take out the hangar. I have been tempted to put all my rush in the fighters. The problem with that is, if I put all my rush in the fighters, they go over and their anti-aircraft guns shoot them down before. So it's kind of a waste, unless the anti-aircraft guns are dealt with. The teleporter was supposed to do that by taking out the reactors. But if my crews are not tough enough to do that, they're not bad. I mean, he's certainly not bad. And he's not looking too bad. I mean, these are my beam over guys. They're not exactly wimpy. They may not be tough top of the line, but they're not bad. That's my teleporter crew. And these guys at the end, they're just cleanup. So I reckon Alpha's like, it's okay. I recognize they're maybe not Cadillac brilliant, but I certainly have no objections to them. I have been beefing up their abilities in the gym lately, trying to get some more juice out of what they can do, especially the rushers. So it shouldn't make that big a difference that the crews are just not... Froggy's only got 1 star, but I really need another poison gas guy. Shouldn't make that big a difference that the crews are that different, like by 1 level? Or should it? Or, where's the store? Yeah, 530. I'm a long way from my goal. Or maybe it's another bad design. Time to throw it away. Certainly the patches have made a difference, and I probably should have looked a little harder at the patch notes before I logged in to see what it was going to do to me, but it wasn't a bad design. A little weak on defense, but it needed work. I was debating, do I take the hangar out? That's certainly 4 power points back. Go back to pew pew, but the pew pew has been so-so. I mean, this weapons mount did take the shield down rather effectively. Certainly that could be an advantage even for fighters. Given what I'm seeing tonight, it's making me consider the teleporter attack at all. It certainly has been effective for other people. Against me, the teleporter attack has been devastating. But if I'm not doing devastating damage, and I've got these gold level crews here, what's going on? How come I wasn't able to attack those rooms effectively? Maybe I need to give them some better weapons. What do you think? I was actually saving up some titanium for this guy to give him a decent weapon. Maybe they've made it so that those weapons now, don't take off the froggy, maybe those weapons now make all the difference in the world. Just want to do profile. Equip. That's not him. Nice pants on him though. He's my freeze dude. You know, freeze dude, you're in the way of the froggy. I want to see froggy. No, not you either. Where's froggy? There he is. Level up. Again, maybe this is why. Maybe I should be doing more to armor them up and get them ready for battle. So before I completely throw it out, I have to take a mea culpa and say maybe I haven't done everything I can. But I'm trying to use up the resources as I get them as effectively as I can. Here's another pet peeve, by the way. Anybody notice they reversed the order that these sit in? It used to be, this was the small one, this is the big one. I've been trading the wrong resources when I go to trade, and it's really, no, do not use. It's been driving me crazy. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how many times I've accidentally given away the big package when I meant to give away the small package, and I've sold the wrong ones. Some people go, thank you, yoink, before I realize what I've done. I don't want to say newbie move because it's not really a noob move, but it's definitely an irritating move. I love this sticker, by the way. Everybody's using it, so I'm not. Selling off these, I've been making these out of those parts I've been getting. These parts here. I've had way too many of them. Look at that. I can make a bunch of these. I'm saving a few because there are some things I'm going to try to make as soon as I get enough of them. I can't remember what they all are now, but I want to make them. Cup of coffee? Sure, nothing. I've had enough of those experience things to last me a lifetime. I think, oh, that's right. I want to upgrade the captain's quarters. So I need 5 of these, 3 of these, and 2 of these. Not when there are needs for upgrading those specific attributes, which I can't see right now, but I know that's what I want to do. So anyway, that's the ship. What I'm at is a conundrum. Which way do I go? Is doing fighters and teleporters at the same time too hokey? We were discussing going total hoke and going nothing but teleporter fighter attack and taking all the weapons off the ship just to see if we can mess with the heads of the people we're dealing with. Think about the surplus power. But if my crews are not that effective at the combat, then the teleporter itself is a big weakness right there. Starbucks are flowing tonight. That's nice. I'm a little concerned at the fact that they're not doing the hit that they should be. I could have moved up a category too high. Mission. And I can't handle Platinum Plus. 2300 to 2599. Yep, I would have moved in not too long ago, but I was holding my own. No, something's got to go. I think this would be a working design if this was fast enough, if I could beam them over quickly enough, and if they were effective when they got there. If these guys were killer when they arrived, I should be able to hold those rooms and do an effective job. The only defense I've seen that's really been very super effective is when they are waiting in the room. But now those minefields are becoming more effective. It's maybe that that day is over too, that if I can't even stand in the room anymore without it going kablooey, that doesn't work. Lots of things to consider as I try to make an overpowered ship. The Rubik's Cube continues as I try different combinations. I don't think I want to go back to beaming over these assault droids. But, because they are certainly more expendable. I've got this set, though, in the AI. Funny enough, moving that back over. If I wanted to do... Right, I've got this working because the AI says set to cheapest. This AI says set to dearest. How do I set to the middle one? Or do I just go ahead and build the middle one? This is 24. This is 17. Border droids don't come up, though, until I level up either. Maybe I'll just try to get to the next level, which I could pretty well do anytime. You've seen I've had the minerals. Get to the next level and build border droids. And just leave everybody on board. Keep this pattern, keep the design, which was working, and send them over and let them get blown up in the mines. But eventually they'll get over and do the damage I need in their rooms. Continue to work on the fighters, upgrading them in the lab, make them as effective as they could be. And let nature take its course using expendable robots. And I have all these people change their logic to say, from now on, instead of rushing over to the enemy ship, your job is to repair this ship. I would like to one point switch them over to all repair teams. Urgent repair might help me live a little longer later on. Either way, I'm at a crossroad as to exactly what to do. It wasn't a bad start. Just that tonight, it's not that... Here's another Starbucks. This is quite remarkable for me. I've never seen quite so many Starbucks before. So we got a full ability here. Let's do one more. Let's end the night on another. We're going to experiment to see if they've changed the logic on the mines in the room to see if they'll blow up whether it's a higher level ship. I'm not completely bonkers. I kind of want to win, but he's level 7. It's technically a fair fight. Okay, I want to know what would happen if I attack him. Doesn't everybody else want to know what would happen if we attack him? I know I do. He's a better ship, apparently. I want to know why. What makes him a better ship? Okay, he's rushing on the fighters. Okay, my guy beamed in, hit a mine. Did it again. He beamed in, he hit a mine. That's 2 dead. Third one's there. He's holding the room for the moment. See, I never used to get as hurt by the mines. They came in, they just knocked him down. That took nothing at all. My fighters are in play. Robots are working. My anti-aircraft room is damaged and being repaired and damaged again. But my ship's going down faster than his. Nobody else is beaming over. It's been disabled. So without that teleporter attack, I'm no longer effective, and they are just taking me apart. They went right for the anti-aircraft room. So there you are. That's his advantage of rushing out those fighters and targeting the anti-aircraft gun. Extremely simple attack. And it looks like, for me, the teleporter attack is completely confounded now because the mines are working at 100% effectiveness. So that's it. I think that's the diagnosis. The mines are now taking out my beam overs. I can't just stand beside them anymore like I used to. I go in, kaboom. Which is a lesson for any of us worried about borders. If we get these mines in these key rooms, I think we're going to be okay now. And the teleporter is no longer the weapon of choice. So I'm going to continue to save up all of the, where is it? Is it commodity that I just cannot get enough of? This one right here. Silicon. I'm going to save up all the silicon I can. It's used to make the mines, but it's also used to make the hand weapons. So silicon, silicon, silicon. That appears to be what it's all about. I think I'm going to have to give up on the teleporter attack. It worked for a while, but as of now, those mines are just way too effective. The fighters, well, I got enough rushers to make the fighters work. We'll go back to pew pew and fighters. We'll take down the shields as quickly as we can using the shield buster I had before. Yep, I'm formulating the next exciting plan. The shield buster is going back. And I'm going to put the weapons back to full. Get rid of the teleporter. That's 3. I got 2 points. How many points is that? Is that 2 for the miners? Yeah, 2 plus 2 is 4. I'm short 1 point. Yeah, and we'll go after that. The other thing I could do is put the missiles back. I've proven, but the missile strategy is being tested right now by Easy Hits. And if you want to know more about how that's working out, Easy Hits complementing laser attack, then you're going to have to tune into the next show on Easy Hits, where we see how that latest patch upgrade has changed and affected that attack. One of the other things I'm looking forward to seeing if the patch has fixed my ability to hit the new Zeppelins, which now look an awful lot on the iOS like they used to look on the Android version of the Zeppelin. So I'm going to see if I can get those and start getting Starbucks going again now that they've patched it. So that's about all I'm going to talk about for Black MacBeth. Overpowered? No, he's not. Not anymore. He was a few days ago, but now he's looking pretty sad. So there's going to have to be a facelift, and we're going to get back to you as soon as we can on the changes of dropping the teleporter and going all pew pew, including fighter bays. So if you got any ideas, you got any feedback, have you got any thoughts, have you seen the latest patch? Have you learned any interesting quirks? I myself am going to go back and look at the patch notes and find some exploits if they're there. Tell me what you think. Tell me what they are. Leave some comments. I am reading them. I rarely have time to comment because I'm reading them at work. Shh, don't tell my boss. But I do take a peek at them from time to time. So please send them in. Pop over to www.pocketcaptains.com, where we're taking all that work we've done on rock, paper, scissors, and we're going to rip it up and start over again because obviously the rules have changed as of now. We're going to publish our thoughts on rock, paper, scissors. Plus, we're working on another secret project, which we're hoping to share with everybody soon. We are very excited about, and we hope you're going to enjoy. So in the meantime, speaking of enjoying, I hope you've enjoyed the show. And I hope, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe. And when you're doing that, if you enjoy that, if it's one more way to please have a little bit of fun every day. Thank you very much for listening, everybody, and good night. Get more tips at pocketcaptains.com.